with government. So when you got that, and you're the first one recorded on that particular parcel of land, and you're the trustee, no one can come and unless what can remove you from being the trustee? Come on, in this law.
Oh. Paragraph 179.
Okay, 179. Okay. Yeah, she's correct. It says trustee may be removed from office whenever his office should be declared vacant for failure to act or immoral conduct or for abandonment of the faith of the congregation, church, society, sect, or denomination, or for failure to observe usages, customs, rules, regulations, articles, association, constitution, and bylaws, or canons of the congregation, church, or society, or the ecclesiastical body. That's the law can remove it. Paragraph 179. So, then also, you go to paragraph 180. This ties in the property and links it back into the trustee or the trustor, which would be, who would be the trustor? That's right. The trustor. Because the Moorish Consulate of America is a trust. That's what it is. It's a trust. And this is the rules, these are laws that govern that trust. So right here in paragraph 180, the trustees of every such congregation, church, or society under patronage, control, direction, or supervision of exclusive body or diocese or like exclusive officer after the same have become incorporated under section 46A to 46H. See what I'm saying? You gotta be under that.
Yeah.
So if anybody is not under that, then they can come back and snatch it, right? Couldn't if they know the law. If they know this law, they can come back and snatch it. See what I'm saying? Because they tell you what's going on. They said, exclusive to this act, their successors shall have perpetual succession of power to adopt a common seal, which may be altered, changed at pleasure, contract, or be contracted with, sue, plead, and be pleaded by the corporate name of such congregation in all courts. Whatever to receive, hold, dispose of, mortgage, convey any property convey any kind of property, to make and adopt bylaws, adopt bylaws for their government. They're not inconsistent with section 46H, 46A, and 46H. That's very key. Those sections. That's the law. That's the law. 46H or 46H. Okay. If you don't use that in a more like creating an affidavit, you can't connect yourself back to this. You have to be in connection with 46A and 46H in order to be valid. In order for it to be stick, conveying property, and any sort. You got to mention 46A to 46H and make it valid. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you, that they're training these police officers and judges on this law. I'm saying my uncle is taking up that course. Police officer. You know what I'm saying? And so they're training them how and what to do. Like for anything, I'm sure the banks have been trained. Bank officers, you know what I'm saying, whoever that, because they really consider this property being a threat. So the thing is, in order to really solidify what you're doing, you got to know the laws and behind to support what you do. You see what I'm saying? You got to know the laws. Because see, and any conveyance to this trust, to the prophet got what? What kind of trust he has?
Corporate
express trust. But what makes the expression of his trust? What expresses it?
Instruments. The instruments.
Which ones?
The Moorish Divine Constitution bylaws, the Holy Quran 7, the oral statements of the prophet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know chapter 29, chapter 47.
Mm-hmm. Now, chapter 47 is what? What would that be called?
That's the allodial land deed.
What would you call it? I'm talking about as far as concerning this law. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Fee simple absolute. Right. Fee simple absolute. Because what he did, he left it for his beneficiaries. Beneficiaries, the ones that yield the bays, were left his estate. So they, by professing or going to Act 6, which is what? What is that? Conveyance deed. Act 6 is the conveyance deed. So you got to express the language of the prophet in concept with this law. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the trust that you're dealing with. You got to express it. So the verbal expression that the prophet used in his oral statements is about 4 sections in there that he really used as the expression of his trust. And that is all consistent of dealing with property. You know what I'm saying? And to reading the laws, and so once I viewed this, she thought this was reading the real estate law. I said, yeah, I said, you close. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember now, the slaves were considered real estate. They were part of the estate of that plantation. They were property. They were scheduled property in that estate. So that trust that they had on that plantation, they scheduled them as property. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing the prophet did, he scheduled you as property. But what will laws govern that? Will laws govern it? How he scheduled you as property. That's a form of expression. But I'm talking about what laws govern how he expressed you in his trust as a beneficiary. Huh? Well, we read more.
Yeah.
Second, again, going back to sections 46A to 46H. That's the laws. They govern that. You know what I'm saying? It's the expression of his trust. See what I'm saying? So they have, you have to like adopt, or you adopt anything, or you adopt or convey any property under the Moorish Consulate of America. You have to also mention the trustor, who has got to be mentioned, because he's the one that where you actually benefiting from his, through his ownership of property. So that's why in the United States, what they do when they convey you, when they lock you up, they use the Form 4, and that's a security form, and that is a beneficial ownership. It's beneficial ownership form. What it is. We found in each case when anybody was arrested, we found the egg and filing company, as they used their bond and filed it with the egg and filing company on the security beneficial ownership. You know what I'm saying? And so they made you a beneficiary to their constructor's trust. You know what I'm saying? So the prophet knew they were going to use these methods. So he created ways to circumvent their actions. See, and the thing is, that's why you have to mention in being a Moorish American, it means you conveyed, property conveyed by the Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali, the trustor. You know what I'm saying? So this is the language you use to show that he conveys you and protects you under these particular laws. See, you can cite these laws to show that this gives you, based on your authority, right there, what they call it authority, but it goes back to what? These laws. Go ahead, sir.
So, if these people in other states will be like other districts, if they convey their temple back to us here, anything that they do over there will be under the protection.
Yeah, you're on the same law.
Right. As long as they do could they just do the temple only, and then anything else that they do is already underneath, tied back to here?
Yeah, we tie back to, right, we tie back to America.
Right.
We tie back here. But at the same time, too, they can do the same thing, because you got to understand, like, I told you about the Archdiocese law, Chicago Archdiocese law of 1929. But they did how they expressed themselves out to Rome. But I said Chicago Archdiocese has more power and juice than Rome. I'm saying because you go back to Cardinal Cody. Cardinal Cody, you read the history of Cardinal Cody. He was a cardinal in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Old man Richard J. Daley. Cardinal Cody had more juice than the Pope at that time. And he was a cardinal. Almost all cardinals that come through Mecca really have the juice. Cardinal Bernardini, gangster. You know what I'm saying? OG. You know what I'm saying? He had juice. This cardinal now, Francis George? But anyone who sits in authority, the seat right here, this is the seat of authority for the Vatican. The Archdiocese right here in Chicago. You understand the Chicago Archdiocese law? Because if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be no Vatican state. So any cardinal that sit here, he got like more juice than the Pope. That's why when they do with the Catholics, they always draw the attention to Chicago, to the Chicago Archdiocese, or if it's not the Vatican itself. You know what I'm saying? Because they use the same law. That's why that seat of authority, the brother told me, well, Bratton Bay always, they say that the seat of authority is in Baltimore due to they had transferred it over to Connecticut, from Connecticut to Baltimore. He showed me that in his law. I said, man, I said, brother, you can't do that. According to, go back to paragraph 165, it said you can't do it. What do it express about in 165 to not allow that to ever happen? Anybody can read it.
Okay, 165?
Yeah, 165. What is in that section, that paragraph, which disallowed it, Moorish Temple, a seat of authority being transferred to Baltimore?
Section 36?
Huh?
Section 36?
No, section 36 and paragraph 165.
Chairman or secretary of such meeting shall, as soon as may be after such meeting, make and file in the office of the recorder in the county in which such congregation, church, or society is organized, which shall be recorded by such recorder, and affidavit substantially in the following form. State of Illinois.
Okay. Now let's go down a little further here. After the affidavit was created, go to such congregation.
I do solemnly swear or affirm.
No, go down to such congregation. Down, it's like down the next page, page 2.
Such congregation, church, or society may change its name or make other amendment to its original affidavit of incorporation by passing a resolution of such amendment, in accordance with the rules or uses of such congregation, church, or society, filing an affidavit to that effect in congregation, church, or society is located. Such affidavit or a copy thereof duly certified by the recorder shall be received as evidence of the due incorporation of such congregation, church, or society.
It's located.
So since the original affidavit is here, for them to amend it or add to it, they would have to record it in this county.
That's right. That's right. So they can't. There's no way they can switch power or the power authority from Chicago to Baltimore. It wouldn't. This law don't allow for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to be the trustor of the express trust was passed. He passed on. So he did not fulfill the vacancies, and the vacancies right here, they wasn't filled. So they were still as is until, I told you,